of your world. This is just a waypoint, so take this time to find more. Stuck in torrential downpour, it's not that you're one of a kind, it's just a lack of sunshine between your chemistry and mine.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Mornings. I'm Emily Milliron.
And I'm Alexandra Simon. Today is Tuesday, October 9th, and E-Day here at North Penn High School.
Mr. Brumbaugh knows football. Do you? Email your answers to nptv@npenn.org. Here's your question.
Hey, welcome to this week's Brumbaugh Challenge. I just could not resist asking another sports question, a football question. What famous football player at the age of 60 could still drop kick a football from the 50-yard line and make it go through the goalposts? The answer when we get back.
Last week was North Penn's homecoming week, which included festivities such as Spirit Week, pregame party, pep rally, and homecoming game. North Penn News reporter Tim Weisbein has more.
A week which is always typed. Homecoming 2012 did not disappoint. The week of homecoming festivities kicked off on Wednesday when the school was properly introduced to this year's homecoming court. The field of students varied from athletes to artists to presidents. Then on Friday it was time for the annual pep rally to pump up the students. The pep rally started off with a little bit of music and cheering as the students filed in. Then it was time to introduce the homecoming court one last time before Friday's game. The court then took on the teachers in a test of strength in the tug-of-war, where the court beat the teachers. The North Penn dance team then entertained the crowd with an exciting routine. Last up was the old game favorite, the Dizzy Bat Race, where members of each of the fall sports teams competed. As 2:22 hit, the students left the gymnasium ready for a tremendous homecoming night. Before the game, the Student Government Association held their second annual pregame party, which features food and drinks from Moe's Southwest Grill. There were also inflatable obstacle courses and live music for those who attended to enjoy before they headed off to Crawford Stadium. As the October sky started to fade, it became halftime of the night's game against CB South. It was time for the homecoming ceremony. Each member of the court was escorted to the center of the field for the crowning of this year's king and queen. As the results were read throughout the stadium, Shamar Bowman and Jenny Apple were named second runner-up, Brad Rosenberger and Sidney Jakes were named runner-up, and as the sound in Crawford Stadium went silent, Kyle Mayfield and Katie Marino were crowned homecoming king and queen, capping off another great homecoming week at North Penn. Reporting for North Penn News, I'm Tim Weisbein.
Key Club is selling breast cancer Tackle for the Cure t-shirts starting today in the senior cafeteria during all lunch periods and at the football game on Friday against Hatboro Horsham. When you buy a shirt, your name gets put into a drawing for a football signed by the senior football players, cheerleaders, coaches, and managers. They are $10 for all sizes small through extra large and $12 for extra extra large. All the proceeds go to finding a cure for breast cancer. The game on Friday against Hatboro Horsham will be a pink out in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Reminder to all students, tonight North Penn is hosting a financial aid seminar at 7:30 p.m. in the auditorium. Students and their families are invited to attend this informative session on how to navigate the complicated process of applying for and obtaining financial aid before heading off to college. All are welcome to attend.
Mr. Ramsey is back to help expand your vocabulary in this year's first edition of the Weekly Word.
Good morning. Welcome to the Weekly Word. I'm Mr. Ramsey. Well, election season is upon us, so what better time to address the word pundit? Now, there's a general meaning of pundit, which is an expert or an authority, but most of the time you hear it used these days to describe someone who is a political commentator or one who makes authoritative pronouncements or opinions about something, a critic. There's another meaning which is closer to the origins of the word in the Hindi language, and that can be to a scholar or a learned person. But most of the time we're talking about those guys on the Sunday morning talk shows delivering their opinions about politics and other current events. Although technically it denotes someone who is very knowledgeable, in actual fact there's usually kind of an edge of sarcasm when the word is used, and there's often an implication that these pundits don't really know quite as much as they think they do. So have fun listening to the pundits over these next few weeks, and we'll see you next time on The Weekly Word.
And now Mr. Monero is here for today's interview with Katie Marino, president of SGA, to talk about powderpuff. Mr. Monero?
Thank you very much, Emily. You know, some would say that Mr. Wilson is a social studies pundit. Haha, Mr. Wilson, good morning. I am here with royalty. I feel like Charlie Gibson. I'm interviewing the Queen. Look how lucky I am. And I guess that makes Mrs. Marino the Queen's mom this morning. But Katie, you're not here today to talk about homecoming anymore.
No.
You're here to talk about the next big event coming up with SGA, and that is powderpuff. So why don't you tell us how to get involved in all the details?
Okay, so the powderpuff game is Monday, November 5th. For all players, you have to be there at 5 o'clock p.m., and for anyone that just wants to come out and watch, you can come at 6 p.m. Anyone that's interested in playing the powderpuff games, you're going to need to remember 3 things that you need. You're going to need this blue medical form, this gold permission slip, and also $15 to play. The only time that you can sign up is this week in the senior cafeteria, and you need to bring these 3 things in order to be able to play. Anybody that's interested in being a cheerleader for powderpuff, you cannot sign up in the senior cafeteria this week. You will go to your class cabinet rooms, and they are listed up on the screen right now. Sophomore room is C39, junior is C27, and senior is B117. But okay, yeah, so also if you're a player, there's 3 dates you need to remember. There's 2 practice dates, October 20th, October 27th, and then the game on November 5th. In order to play in the powderpuff game, you have to go to both practices, and they're being very strict with it this year. If you don't go to both the practices, you cannot play, no questions asked. So if you're a player, remember this week only, you have to hand in your blue slip, your gold slip, and $15 to the senior cafeteria.
All right, great, Katie. Thank you very much, and really seriously, congratulations on being homecoming queen. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Powderpuff coming up, next big event, right there at the beginning of November. So sign up now. Make sure you guys are ready to go for those practice dates. Back to the desk.
The Question Squad was out this week to find out what songs North Penn loves to dance to.
Oh, Barbie Girl, Call Me Maybe,
Gangnam Style,
the YMCA, the WAP,
Gangnam Style, wow, Moving Like Bernie, Gangnam Style, Teach Me How to Dougie.
The dudes are back this week and are on a mission to create the perfect dude report.
It's kind of hard to film when Chris is never here.
I don't understand where he goes all the time. He literally has no friends. Like, where does he go?
I mean, we're gonna need him back soon because the stunt double's not gonna last us too long.
Guys, I found it. The recipe for the perfect dude report.
Start with a simple idea. Think. Think more. Drink milk. Stop thinking, start writing. Kill the script. More milk. Write something totally original. Okay, not that original. This original. Now it's time to film something. Do it again, and again. That's good. Call in your friends. Just kidding, you don't have any. Call in the Dancing Lobsters. Call in the Blue Crew. Not that Blue Crew. The Blue Crew. Blow off lunch. Blow off cookie corner. Just kidding, you never blow off cookie corner. Sleep. Okay, that's enough sleep. Tweet, 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 tweet. More milk. Okay, that's enough. Give it some explosions. More explosions. Never too many explosions. Uh-oh, the man. You can't do that. Kick him out. And that's how you make a groundbreaking dude report. It's that easy.
Do you know funny? Let's see what Mr. Wilson has in this week's I Know Funny.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Wilson. Time for the joke of the day. A man walks into a psychiatrist's office and says, "Doc, I need your help. I think I'm a dog." The psychiatrist says, "Well, sit down, let's talk about it." The man says, "I can't. I'm not allowed on the couch." I'm Mr. Wilson. That was a joke of the day.
North Penn is proud to be hosting 40 German exchange students from the towns Aalen and Salzgitter. The students are currently being hosted by North Penn families and are getting a taste of American culture. They will be going on trips to see American landmarks in both New York City and Washington, D.C. They will be in America for only 2 weeks, so be sure to make them feel welcome and help them have the best experience possible here at North Penn.
Was Brumbaugh able to stump you? Here's your answer to this week's challenge.
Here is the answer you've all been waiting for. At the age of 60, Jim Thorpe, buried just up the road here in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, formerly known as Mock Chunk, could drop kick a football from the 50-yard line and get it through the goalposts at the age of 60. Perhaps the greatest athlete of the 20th century. Most people think so. Bet you didn't know that? Now you do. Thanks for playing this week's Brumbaugh Challenge.
The winner of this week's Brumbaugh Challenge is Mrs. Machado's class. And that's it for this edition of Mornings. I'm Alexandra Simon.
And I'm Emily Milliron. Have a great day, North Penn.